Hey everybody.
Good morning.
Today we're going to be talking about master-slave relationships and all the excuses that keep you in them.
Did you like my whip? I cracked the whip.
Yeah.
Girls do really terrible at
voice
sound
sounds.
effects.
Yeah.
It's bad. Some girls are awesome at it. I'm not one of those. That's my whip sound. See?
Yeah. So, now that we have your attention, welcome to another edition of Bedhead Diaries with your hosts, Heather, David, coffee cup, t-shirt, Guinness, even though I don't drink it, I'm Irish. There you go.
I think we've discussed this before.
Yes, we have.
That it's like it's a dichotomy. He's the Irish dude that doesn't like Guinness. I like Guinness if I'm in an Irish bar.
Right.
But not outside of an Irish bar. It's kind of dark for me. And so I love this mug. This is my birthday mug that Ashley got me.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
let's
talk about it.
Let's talk about master-slave relationships. So we're not talking about if you're like in the lifestyle that you like that and it's part of your play. That's not what we're talking about.
And if you understand what we mean by the lifestyle,
yeah,
then you know what we're talking about.
Comment below with a little smirky face.
Yes.
Just give us this emoticon.
But wouldn't that ruin the anonymity of it?
Oh.
Sometimes it's anonymous.
Okay.
Anyway, okay,
So here's the question, to the master-slave relationship question that we
kind of get
right.
frequently.
Okay, so I'm unhappy in my relationship. If I had XYZ, then I would leave, but I'm stuck because we have kids together. If I didn't have kids, I would leave.
Right. If I had this or I didn't have this.
If I had all this money, I would
excuses.
leave. If I had my career on lock, I would leave. If I had XYZ, whatever that XYZ is for you, I would leave the relationship. Then you're in a master-slave relationship.
Yep.
You are a slave to whatever that idea is.
Yep.
So if your answer is, if I had XYZ, like if someone asked me if your
proposition is, if I had this.
If I had $1 million right now and I could go and play and do whatever I want, and someone asked me that question, would you leave David and go play and have this lifestyle? Like, hell no, I'd take David with me and we'd have $1 million and we do this. So I'm asking myself the question, and my answer is no.
Hell no.
I've got a partner. If you ask yourself the question, if I had $1 million today, would I leave my relationship?
Or would I stay in it?
And your answer is yes.
That you would leave.
Then start planning your exit strategy.
Exactly, because otherwise you're just giving yourself excuses to stay in something that really doesn't fit you.
Right. I know this one because I've been in this situation. I think we all have.
To some degree or another, everyone has probably been through some type of a master-slave relationship and given themselves the excuse, if I had this, if I had that.
So I came in several relationships. I've come to this borderline. In several relationships, I got smarter as I went along. But
as we tend to do.
I've come to this wall of, okay, if I had X, Y, and Z, would I leave? And the answer is yes, but the excuses come up. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid if I leave right now, I won't have any money. If I leave right now, there's nobody to take care of my kids while I'm going back to work. I have no support. All of these questions have kept me in different relationships for way too long.
Yep, that's just how it goes.
I know that for me...
You can be stuck in it forever.
Well, you have too with these.
Of course.
When it really came down to it, it got to the point where I was so miserable that I was like, I got to plan an exit strategy. Mm-hmm. So if the answer is yes...
That you would leave if you have the resources.
And you don't have the resources, and you don't have all of these things in place...
Start planning the resources that you need.
Start planning your exit strategy.
So set yourself free.
So for me, I had no idea what that looked like. I just knew that I was so miserable that I couldn't go on like this in that relationship. So I started planning my exit strategy. Like I said, this isn't one specific relationship. It's different relationships.
Right.
So I started putting things in place, whatever those were, even though I didn't have the finances at the time or the whatever it was at the time.
Or the plan.
Just the act of starting to make the moves towards that exit strategy
brings your power back to you.
And what that does is it opens up avenues where now you see possibilities of, oh, I didn't think of that before, and I didn't think of that before, and opportunities start coming to you. So
if you're mired in the loss of your power and there's no possible way for you to get out of this, and you keep making your excuses but don't make your plan, you're going to continue to see more excuses.
You'll stay there until you start to get sick and you start to get more miserable and you start to get depressed. So there's only one way to go if the answer is, if
yes,
I would leave, yes,
right.
But I'm going to stay because of the kids. I'm going to stay because of whatever it is. I can't support myself.
Solution to that, the only way that one is possibly going to go is for you to lose all of your power.
You will continue to go down and down and down. So start planning. If you feel, number one, if you're in a situation, you feel powerless.
Right.
And you're going to continue to feel powerless and feel more powerless. So
until you start creating a way to take that power back.
So I think that's the key if you're in this master-slave relationship. You are the one, number one, that is making yourself a slave, even if your partner is domineering or controlling or says things to keep you there, or you're in a codependent relationship.
The reality is anyone can say or do anything to you. It's up to you how you're going to respond to it inside of your own mind.
So the thing is, you're believing your own shtick.
You're believing their shtick.
So yeah, you're believing your own false belief that you can't leave because ...
And they're reinforcing it because
you
ultimately
can't leave
because your thought, and they're just playing the role that you're telling them to play or creating for them to play.
So it's like a vicious kind of partnership where you're reinforcing your false belief that you can't leave.
So if you want to be a slave, you need a master.
Yeah. So just think about that for a minute. And, the excuses that I hear women tell themselves are varied. Some of them are like, I'm too old.
Nobody's going to want me.
It's just a comfortable relationship. And that's another question. Okay.
We make things work.
If you are, so let's say an age factor is a lot that we hear, the age factor.
Right.
I'm just too old. Who's going to want me? I'm 35 and I'm too old. I mean, come on. 35 is the new 25.
Right.
And we
tell
hear this.
My dad.
Okay, I'll tell you about my dad in a second. But this is a common one that we hear. I'm too old and we're comfortable and we've just settled into this relationship. I'm not happy, but we're comfortable and we make it work. And then we ask the question, if you were 25 and young and beautiful according to what you have in your head right now,
according to your own standards,
would you leave? And the answer is yes. You still should leave.
Because there is somebody out there that will love you for you.
So my dad found the love of his life when he was, 65. And they were married for 20, 30 years. I like to use my dad as the perfect example because he and my mom were like this for 35 years. And they I saw them.
Not a relationship that was working.
No, I never saw it work. But I saw the master-slave dynamic with them where I'm not going to leave because of the kids, I'm just here because of this. But in the meantime, all of us kids were miserable because they were miserable. And so when your kids are telling you, I wish you guys would split up, there's a problem. I mean, it wasn't that we were abused or neglected or anything like that, but just their dynamic was so miserable that we felt it.
It was affecting the whole family.
My dad was 55, I think, when he and my mom split up. So he's well past that age that we hear the question that people ask, well, I'm too old. And he found the love of his life about 10 years later when he was almost 65, within 10 years. And they were married for 30 years. And he's almost 100 now. He's 97.
Right.
But he got to spend all the time with the love of his life, and they were madly, deeply in love.
So anybody who uses that as an excuse, it's an excuse.
It's an excuse.
That's it.
So we're going to give you a list of common excuses that we hear.
And see if any of them sound familiar. So we've already covered age. We've covered
kids.
We've covered finances.
Yes.
We've covered beauty. We've covered what else?
Those are the
I
top
think
ones.
those are pretty much the top
Those
four.
are the top ones. So I want you to realize that your belief that you can't leave an abusive or unhappy relationship is all
what
in
you're
your
creating.
head. You've created it. It's this fear. You're really
and you're making it real.
Yeah,
you're
sure.
giving it that much power, and all of that power that you're giving to being the slave is all of that power that you could take back to become your own master.
And we're not saying it's going to be magical and perfect and easy once you break
it's
free.
going to be hard as heck.
It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it because you're going to be
free from the avocado.
You're going to be free from that avocado. Well, we haven't pulled the avocado for a while.
I know. Anybody who doesn't know about the avocado,
it's in one of our episodes.
Go back in one of the first episodes, and you'll find out what the avocado is.
It's a tool. An avocado is someone who's a tool.
Avocado is a tool. So use an avocado wisely.
Even though we like avocados. So
I love avocados.
Oh my God. So I think we want to get across to you that where there's a will, there's a way.
And you're creating the situation.
You're creating
in your own mind, and either keeping yourself there or creating the plan to set yourself free.
We've seen this in our clients from beginning to end, where they are steeped in this belief that they can't leave, can't leave, can't leave. And then they break their paradigm shift and they get free. And they're like, oh,
I could have been doing this all along.
I didn't realize.
It was so easy.
It's just the act of starting the plan, planning your exit strategy, getting excited about it.
And then somehow all of these resources start coming in, or all of these excuses that you've told yourself start coming to the surface, and you're like, yeah, that's not real anymore. That's not true anymore. That's not important anymore. It's time for me to get out.
And I think you're going to have more satisfaction that you're surviving on your own steam, on your own resources. And part of this fear is that you have a fear of being independent somewhere deep inside, that you can't do it. So you have to address those issues. What are your fears of being independent and on your own, and your fear that you can't take care of yourself? You have more capacity and more capability than you've given yourself credit for.
So go prove it to yourself.
Yes.
By doing for yourself. Become your own master in your own life.
And yes, you will have challenges. There is no question. You will have self-doubt.
And you will have the resources to face them.
But if you continue facing it, you will have self-mastery at the end, and you will be much happier, and you will find a better relationship.
And that's how you become your own master.
First, you will have a better relationship with yourself.
And then you will find a partner that matches that.
Yes.
But you cannot find that partner that's a balanced relationship if you're not first balanced inside. If you're continuing to be the slave, you're going to continue if you're continuing to be the slave, you're going to continue needing a master.
Yes.
When you become your own master, you find another master.
Yes. And then you just
live life happily. There it is.
So today, ask yourself the question, if I had X, Y, or Z, would I leave my partner? If the answer is no, yes. Kudos to you, you found the one. If your answer is
yes,
then
maybe it's time to either continue being the slave for the rest of your life or create your exit strategy.
Well, you can call us if you need some advice.
Call us.
We'll talk to you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
All right.
We'll talk amongst ourselves.
All right, we gotta go.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
you have to now prepare.
I almost cut the head of the chicken off.
No. That will be a master-dead relationship. That's not gonna work. We don't like dead chicken.
So we're gonna have the slave chicken or the master chicken.
We're gonna start with
the master chicken.
We're gonna start with the slave chicken.
Oh, slave chicken is sad.
I know, but watch the progression.
Okay.
We're going to start with the slave chicken. The slave chicken's very sad. Been in a relationship for so long that it wasn't working. So eventually the slave chicken asked the question, got the answer, and made the plan to become the master chicken. Master chicken, master of her own domain. She's a her.
She's a her.
She's a her.
The other way should be a rooster.
Yes. So, that master chicken says, please, with all of your heart, like it. Share it, and share again with all your friends. subscribe so you get to see more, and comment below what you like the most and what you want to see next. Because we want you to tell us what you want us to tell you.
Yes.
So there it is. Go out and become the master of your own life.
Well,
get rid of your own slave mentality inside of your own mind and be that master.
Do it. You can do it. You're going to do it.
And we are off. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. So thank you guys for joining us once again. And
are we doing this over?
We will catch you on the flip
Is this
side.
a goodbye outtake?
Yes.
Is this seriously a goodbye outtake? This is such a throwaway piece
Don't
of
be
the
a slave.
video.
Be the master.
Everybody, have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day.
Make it your greatest.
We will see you next time.